Dear Mr. Hugo Bruce, I'm not ever too sure how your surname is pronounced. We've got Dutch heritage here in this country, so I could pronounce you badly, but also I could think about it as English. But that's not the point. That's not the point. So I thought I should talk to you. Shandisrek Mjita, as they say where I come from. Shandisrek. Kubi. People are not happy. You see, Mr. Bruce, in the minds of South Africa, losing to Mexico is like, say, Mamelodi Sundowns losing to Magesi or Orlando Pirates losing to Orbit. That's how South Africans think about that defeat to Mexico. And Buddha, I can't defend you anymore. I've tried, if you make an effort and look at the posts I've made, I've tried to defend you. But things are bad now as we prepare for the next two very important group stage matches. Now I think we should talk about what your options are to hopefully get us across. Because you see, it doesn't matter that you got us to the World Cup, you got us to two AFCONs. We had an amazing, glorious, undefeated run. South Africans are like the children of Israel, Mr. Bruce. Remember when God took them out of Egypt, and they were very happy. He parted the seas to get them through. He lost the Egyptians trying to chase them, but in no time, man, the complaints came. Can't go high, and we are hungry, and this and that, and then God sent food from heaven, manna from heaven. No, but this is too much food, and they were not saving for the next day. That's exactly where you find yourself, Mr. Bruce. Everything that you've done is going to be forgotten. So, I think to save your skin, in fact, this time the pun is actually intended because they're calling you in those terms. I think we should think about a few solutions. One of the most obvious ones is that you maybe have to appeal to FIFA to let you bring a new squad. You see, I know of the perfect squad to bring in to defeat Czech Republic and Korea. It can only be the Kaizer Chiefs squad. You remember when at the beginning of the season that just ended, they had just won 3 games in a row. And they were saying, we won Real Madrid, we won Barcelona, we won PSG. So think about it. Who else is fit enough to take on Czech Republic and Korea and get us across to the knockout stages? Think about it, Mr. Bruce. Of course, there could be other challenges like, their top goal scorer is probably also the PSL goal scorer, I can't remember, Lilepo. There could be an argument that he's not South African. I don't think people will notice there. All blacks look alike when you get to the World Cup. It's like, the Korean team. We don't actually know who's who there. There could be 30 players per position. How do we know? So nobody's going to notice Lilepo. I say bring Kaizer Chiefs on to save your skin. We are in trouble now. Already the Brazilian referee has saved you a bit by dismissing Tembazwane because people are not so happy that you're still considering him as a key, playmaker for you. I agree with them. I think there you're wrong. The other solution, Mr. Bruce, stop listening to people and their sentiment about how, there's bias towards Mamelodi Sundowns and Orlando Pirates. I say, other than Mbogazi, in your next game, the 10 other players must come from Sundowns and Orlando Pirates. I guarantee you will get a result that's favorable. And in fact, even if it's not favorable, you're going to be forgiven for trusting local talent. Because now you're giving bad names to some of these foreign stars, if we can call them that. Everybody hates them now. So why play African champions and PSL champions and slot in Bogas that I know you don't like very much? That's your second option. I say you must take it. It will work for you. Because otherwise, it's not going to be good, my brother. I mean, do you know that your name now is mentioned in terms of the June 30 matter? Like, now you have joined Mabahambe. Hey, man. Only yesterday you were like, the hero of the nation. Now they're saying maybe you should also pack your bags on the 30th of June, which pretty much means you don't even have to come back at the end of the World Cup, right? So think about it. It could work for you to do what I advise you to do. But I think option one of getting the entire Kaizer Chiefs squad there as soon as possible may just be what you need so that you get out of the Mabahambe list. Take it, don't take it, I've said it. Cheers.